Lesson 18 is all about average and line graphs. And in this video, we're going to talk about average today. We're going to work with the line graphs together in class during our lesson practice. Now, it says for our first problem, in the 4 classrooms, there were 28 students, 27 students, 26 students, and 31 students, respectively. What was the average number of students in each classroom? So I've made some bars here that show the number of students in each classroom, 28. Then it goes down a little bit for 27, down a little bit more for 26, and then back up for 31. If we want to find what was the average number of students in each classroom, what we're trying to do is we're going to try to figure out how we would distribute these students equally between the classroom. We're trying to figure out where the bars would all be the same height. Okay. That was a little bit crooked there. It looks a little bit bigger, a little bit better. So we want all the bars to be the same height. The way we do that, to find an average. To find an average, what we do is we find the sum of the numbers and divide by the number of numbers. I'll use some symbols here, and you can use those in your notes as well. So, in order for us to do this problem, to find the sum of the numbers, we're going to have to add our numbers up. We're going to have to add the 28 plus the 27 plus the 26 plus the 31. That's going to tell us the sum of the numbers. So let's go ahead and do this in 2 pieces. Let's go ahead and first say 28 plus 27. Well, we know 8 plus 7 is 15. We're going to carry the 1. And 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 2 more gives us 5. We've got 55. Now let's do the 26 plus 31. 6 plus 1 is 7. 3 plus 2 is 5. So we have 57 more. To find the sum of all 4, we're going to add 55 plus 57. 55 plus 57. 5 plus 7 is 12. We're going to carry the 1. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 1 more is 11, we've got 112. Now that gives us the sum of the numbers. Now we have to divide by the number of numbers, and you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers total that we started with. So we're going to take our 112 and we're going to divide it by 4. 112 divided by 4 is going to tell us what the average is. It's how we could level off our bar graphs. So 4 times 2 is 8. Subtract 8 from 11, we get 3. We're going to bring down the 2, we've got 32. 4 is going to go into 32 8 times, so we have 28 with no left over. So, what was the average number of students in each classroom? It must be 28 students. And we're all done. If we distribute the students equally, that's what an average would be in this case, there would be 28 students in each classroom. That's where our straight line would be, right across that 28 all the way through. Make sure you've got this information written down. You didn't need to write down the problem. Remember, there's more than one sentence, but you could have written example 1. But make sure that you've got our pictures and our vocabulary and our operations written down. Let's go ahead and move on to our next slide. What is the average of 3, 7, and 8? Now remember, to find an average, we add all the numbers up and divide by the number of numbers. So we're going to add everything up. 3 plus 7 is equal to 10. And 10 plus 8 is going to be equal to 18. Now we've added everything up. Now we need to divide by the number of numbers. You can see we have 1 number, we have 2 numbers, and now we have a third number. So we're going to say 18 divided by 3. If we take 18, cut it into 3 equal parts, we must have a total of 6. So the average of 3, 7, and 8 is equal to 6. And we've got our next problem completed. Alright, what number is halfway between 27 and 81? So if we looked at this like a bar graph, again, if we had a 27, then we have an 81, if we're trying to figure out what number is halfway between, we're trying to figure out that line where they would both be equal. So when it says what number is halfway between 2 numbers, we're trying to find the average. So let's go ahead and add. we're going to add 81 plus 27. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. We get 108. Remember, we're trying to find an average, so we have to divide by the number of numbers. We have 2 numbers. So we're going to say 108 divided by 2. 2 is going to go into 10 5 times. We've got none left over, and we're going to bring down our 8. And 2 will go into 8 4 times. So we have 54. The number that's between halfway between 27 and 81, that must be 54. And we're all done with this problem. Now again, we're going to talk about line graphs in class during our lesson practice on page 91, as well as review that concept of average. Make sure you've got your notes completed, and I'll see you soon.